This is part 3 of the Medicine Through Time revision little bit of videos. Video podcasts, I think I've been calling them. Let's have consistency if nothing else. Right, Greek medicine. Start with civilization, as usual, to learn a little bit about the Greeks. Well, the Greeks, what can we say about the Greeks? They were rational thinkers. They thought in logical terms. They asked questions. They were philosophers about many things, maths and higher level thinking and religion, but also in medicine as well. It helped that they were a rich country and they had the time to think, unlike the prehistoric people, and they were richer than Egypt as well. They were quite a few different states. It wasn't just the one. Obviously you got Sparta, which is a warlike state run by the military, but you've got Olympia and Athens, who are all different types of states, not one empire like Rome was later. They had a better language than Egypt. Look, that's great, that language, isn't it? Alpha, beta, so it made it easier to write stuff down. They still had religion. This is Asclepius, who was the god of healing, but they also had the other gods that were famous, like Zeus and all that as well, so they were religious in some respects. Right, knowledge of the body and disease. Well, in Alexandria, which is an important place, it's in Egypt, but the Greeks had taken over Egypt, so it's actually Greek, if you know what I mean. And they were allowed to dissect bodies there. Yeah. And they even managed to do some vivisections on criminals that were still alive. Yucky. This guy here, Erasistratus. I'll write that out for you. Erasistratus. Oh man, I went off the edge of the page. Come here. Oh, here it is. Typical technology, hey. Erasistratus, that's in there. In the red. He figured out that blood was moving in the veins, although he didn't actually figure out that it was circulating around the body. That was William Harvey. Much later. More famous than Erasistratus, and a lot easier to say, was Hippocrates. I'll spell that out for you as well. Hippocrates. Now, he's a big fish, wasn't he? He suggested that his disease was caused by the environment around him. Ooh. Let's give him some eyes. Spooky. And he wrote loads of books, although some people say actually that it was other people who wrote under his name. Anyway, loads and loads of books that are on medicine, and it led to the theory of the four humours. The different fire, air, water, earth had been a part of Greek thinking for a while, so they adapted it to medicine. Next up is surgery. As you've seen, they're often at war. This is Sparta! And obviously that led to a lot of setting and putting dislocated bones back in. Like the Egyptians, they couldn't do it inside the body. No surgery inside the body. Next up is diagnosis and treatment. Well, they took clinical observation, Hippocrates and that lot, very seriously. They looked at a patient from his head to his foot, and the books that Hippocrates wrote told people how to do that. There were natural cures as well, things like vinegar and honey, etc. Just as there had been in Egyptian times. But the main treatment was to rebalance the humours So purging to get rid of the bile, or bleeding to get rid of some of the blood, or heating up to make get rid of a cold. All of it is based around this. Now, it obviously wasn't the truth, but balance is good. And moderation in everything is good. You don't have too much of one thing, you don't have too much of the other. So that you generally lead a healthy lifestyle. Some people, however, put all their faith in Asclepius and his two daughters, Hygeia and Panacea, and went to Asclepion, where he was supposed to come to them in the night, and his snake would slither all over them, or his little doggy would go and lick their faces, and they'd be cured in the morning. So, like I said, religion was still a big part of treatment. The Greeks didn't really have any government-funded public health, but the people themselves knew how to stay healthy with moderation in the four humours, and those Asclepion became health resorts. So that was good, wasn't it? The doctors were well trained. They came up with this Hippocratic oath, which essentially just means that they would know which herbs were which, and they wouldn't give poison, and that they would live a holy, there you go, religious, and good life, and that they wouldn't do any harm. Most doctors realise prayer was useless, but like I said before, there were still people who went to the Asclepion. Okay, individuals, who do you think? Hippocrates and Erasistratus, and others. Pythagoras was involved, and some of the other big thinkers in philosophy. It is mainly Hippocrates. Technology, they had some surgical implements. They had writing, I suppose that's communication. War, Sparta. Chance? Well, nothing really, apart from maybe some herbs that they came up with by chance. Religion was very involved, because the Asclepion turned out to be like health resorts, and actually, although it was based on something that wasn't fact, those Asclepion tended to be nice places where you could go and recover and be healthy. Government did naffle, really. Communication, the letters, the books of Hippocrates, the Hippocratic works. And trade, because the Greeks traded with people, so they found out more herbal remedies and stuff like that. They also passed on their four humours theories to other people, including the Romans. So that's the end, and like promised, the next one is the Romans and medicine. Coming up for you whenever you feel like clicking on the YouTube link.
Sliding, you're burning up the quarter